Hello from Western New York, and hopefully you just caught the tail end of a cat walking into what's going to be my new garden. Then again, who knows, we might see that cat. I see that cat in a little bit. But basically this morning I've been doing a little bit of work. And I spent the better part of an hour doing some work, now a little longer. Basically I've been working on that garden. Well, that section of the land I want to turn into a garden. Well, I didn't plan for that to fall out. As you can see by my face, I've been doing some work. Kind of tired, really. I was going to use that to knock down the weeds, but this seemed to be more practical after a while. You know, it wasn't worth it to not use the grass whip here to cut them down. Just, well, I guess I had to use a lawnmower, and basically what I did was I got my iPod and plugged the headphones in, turned on, and listened to some Bon Jovi. You know? Whew. Guess I was doing a few other things too. And I'll show you some of the things I was working on. Might end up getting some rain a little bit. Which is another good reason to stop, you know. Yeah, let me see if I got any good strip. Squirrels and moles. You gotta love them. They find a strawberry that's just about ripe and, you know, what strawberry did you say it was? This is tasty. I'll just eat it. You know, you gotta laugh. Serves in the purpose, if nothing else. I mean, I suppose that if I take up my small game license, I could just, you know, sit over there in my yard, aim my .22 this way, and when a squirrel pops up, well, squirrels too. Anyone? And yeah, I was doing a little bit of work here. Now, because if you might have noticed, there was a lot of black raspberries. They're just overhanging. You know, the lateral branches and whatnot. They're just overhanging, and well, I cut out a number of them, you know. Might end up doing a little bit more cutting, you know. And well, it looks like the hornets are starting up. Might end up doing a little bit of work on the wild raspberries over there, because they too are getting long. And I might end up doing some work over in here, because some of these are getting long, others are getting a little pitiful. I did some work on these blackberries that I got here. And I did some, well, black raspberries, I did some serious cutting. And the main reason is because there was branches that was just going down over in there. Probably end up cutting out a few more sooner or later. And I worked a lot on this one. I mean, there's going all over, okay? I think I cut back most of them, if not all of them. And then end up doing some double checking back in there. But I think I got most every one of them. I mean, I also cut out that one thistle, but I mean, take a look. I mean, this is. Let me put it this way. Some of those lateral branches, they were starting to put down roots, and I'll be honest with you, if you're trying to grow more black raspberries and blackberries, that's actually a very useful strategy. And I actually employed that technique, that very technique last year to get me all of these. You know, I had like 4 black raspberry plants, Bristol and Jewel. You know, 1 Bristol and a couple of Jewels, and I got some plastic pots and potting soil, and you know, you wait like a month or so, and you know, they had a good start. You know, it was good enough that I started in, and well, did pretty good. Only thing is, now I going to end up doing some more work. Now, here's what I've been working on the better part of a good section of this hour. And if you're saying, but that's not a whole lot, you gotta remember, I'm cutting this stuff. This stuff's 6 feet tall. And there's a lot of it, and there's a lot of other things too, and let's throw in the fact that right in here I got some pine trees that I got to be careful of, because, well, one, they've been decomposing for the better part of 8 years, which is nice, because I can use them as the basis of a hugelkultur or something like that. But going to be sections that, you know, I just can't just mow down, you know. On the plus side, you know, this stuff, I mean, look at this. This is, I mean, it's not perfect. It's probably going to be chopped. It's probably going to be filled with weed seeds. And trying to fact, I got rust from a tractor. And back to this area hasn't really been worked on in quite a while. And by the way, if any of you is good with vines, tell me what the heck these things are. Here's the leaves. Here's the vine. Here's some of the flowers. Sort of remind me a little bit of a wild cucumber, but I haven't raised cucumbers in a few years to know what those look like, you know. But basically the idea is, you know, carefully do some work around in here. Try to cut down the weeds as much as I can. Try to mulch them up as best as I can. And just essentially just keep mowing and 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 keep mowing. And then when I'm done mowing, mow again. You know, that way I can, I mean, this is not going to be perfect. This is not perfect soil. I mean, it's not going to be perfect. I doubt it's ever going to be perfect. But the way I see it goes like this. Mow the lawn, mow this area down, you know, down to the ground, and you know, clear out as much of these weeds as I possibly can. I can set things up so that I got myself a nice place to grow a good garden, you know, if nothing else. Because, I mean, or do some target practicing, or even use it for hunting, or something, you know. I guess, well, because the basic idea is, you know, just mow down all these weeds, keep mowing, and keep mowing. And then slowly turn this into a garden. Might take a while. But then again, I've been checking on other people's food forests online, and some of them, and like they say, some of theirs is taking years and years. So if luck's with me and the big guy decides to smile on me, and careful, I got a bee buzzing around here. General idea is I have a nice sized garden, and I actually have a bit of a plan on how to do the garden. Something similar to this, and that is either buy soil from the store or compost or whatever, and kind of lay it in like a section, you know, maybe a 3x10 plot or something like that. You know, little sections about that size. You know, that way it's big enough, you know, you can reach across, you know, do your weeding. You know, it's a nice size. And maybe cover it with mulch. And that's the general idea, really, you know. You know, you dump it on some, you know, basically during this winter, see about buying some cheap compost, cheap dirt, cheap, you know, just cheap. You know, basically stuff that's on sale, you know, that they're trying to get rid of for the, so that way they got new stuff for the 2018 season. Now let's close this. Let's take a look at some of my squash. Which, from what I've seen, is doing fairly good. Tomatoes look to be doing good, at least this one over here does. Some of that's growing pretty good. Some more over in here. Just a couple. Might have to remove a few more leaves. You know, because these, let's just keep that growing. Most, like I said, most of this is doing pretty good. Growing pretty decently. Might have to cut out a couple more leaves, like I mentioned. But overall, squash is looking good. Tomato plants are doing pretty good. They're growing pretty well. Sweet peppers look like they're doing okay over there. Hot peppers, well, I got, seem to have some growing. Scotch bonnet. Well, let's take a look at the rest. You know, there might be a surprise or three. You know? These are coming along good. I just can't hope these gladiolas survive until next year. Then they'll see them in their true glory. And of course we got some weeds. You might have noticed that the one thistle is gone. Clip that out. Put it over on the burn bin. It had some nice flowers, but you know, it was getting a little tall. Kale's looking good. Gonna need to start harvesting it. Kale's coming along. The Red Russian, and the Premier, both doing pretty good. Kinda wish the Blue Curled Dwarf did better over here. Might have one if it comes back. And I kinda wish the Dinosaur did better. You know? And again, might have just been competition by weeds that did the end. Or some other thing. But so stuff does happen. Gooseberries seem to be doing okay. These are doing fairly well. There's still leaves. I mean, this one still has some leaves. And it's starting to sprinkle. Gonna have to cut this short. I mean, this thing's gonna be about 20 minutes long anyways. Red currant's doing pretty good. Black currant's doing okay. Josterberry doing just fine. Wild rose seems to be doing okay. These gooseberries doing good. Honeyberries, also known as haskap, doing pretty good. Miniature roses, they're doing pretty good. Got some flowers going pretty good. Blueberries all doing pretty good. I just hope this one here comes back next year. Looks like the bugs ate it. Most everything seems to be doing pretty good. Well, this is Western New York. Subscribe if you like this, post comments, click the like button, all that sort of stuff. Okay? Goodbye.